Title: The Cul-de-sac of Shadows. The morning sun poured its gentle warmth over the small suburb of Millfield, illuminating houses carefully painted in pastel colors. Children played outside, laughter rising like bubbles in the air, while parents tended gardens. The peaceful hum of a Saturday afternoon enveloped the neighborhood. Everything appeared perfect, but beneath the surface, something twisted was brewing. Riley Whitman, a 17-year-old with brown hair and a love for horror movies, was lounging in her backyard, headphones in, the sounds of her favorite band echoing in her ears. Not that she noticed the growing unease around her. Since last week, reports had surfaced online about strange behavior among the townsfolk, heightened aggression, odd sightings after dark, but she dismissed them as mere rumors stoked by boredom. Her brother, Jake, burst through the back door, interrupting her thoughts. At 14, he was already 6 feet tall but still screamed mischief. "Riley, let's go explore the woods at the end of our street. I've heard there are some crazy things happening there." Rolling her eyes, she replied, "You and your wild theories. Like I'm going to risk being eaten by a bear for your stupid scavenger hunt." "Come on, I'll even let you pick the path," he teased, doing his best to look charming. As always, she couldn't resist Jake's relentless enthusiasm. They trekked toward the woods, the sun casting long shadows across the sidewalk. The trees appeared thicker here, almost pressing against one another, their branches clawing at the sky as if yearning for escape. As they wandered deeper into the woods, the cheerful sounds of their neighborhood fell away. The chatter and laughter faded, replaced by the rustle of leaves and distant sounds that felt out of place. "This is dumb," Riley huffed, though deep down she was intrigued. "There's nothing here but trees and bugs. Relax, we're exploring. Just imagine what could be here." Jake grinned. As they reached a clearing, they stumbled upon an abandoned house. Its windows were shattered, paint peeling, overrun by nature's grasp. "Dude, this is awesome," Jake shouted, racing towards the building, despite Riley's protests to approach cautiously. "Jake, wait, it could be dangerous." Ignoring his sister, he stepped inside, the door creaking ominously as if warning him away. Riley hesitated, her curiosity prickling at her spine. Slowly, she followed, her heart pounding. The air inside was stale, thick with dust and the scent of decay. Muffled thumps echoed from above, and Jake's eyes lit up. "There must be a ghost or something. Or someone who's never left," Riley replied, trying to sound brave despite the chill creeping down her spine. They ventured deeper, exploring filthy rooms with moldy wallpaper. Rusted appliances hinted at lives long forgotten. Suddenly, muffled voices of discontent rose from the stairs leading to the upper floors. Riley exchanged a wary glance with Jake. Curiosity piqued, they crept toward the sound, their footsteps muffled by the soft carpet of dust. As they reached the second floor, they peeked into a room where shadows danced, talking in an unintelligible mumble. With his usual bravado, Jake opened the door, and a rancid stench assaulted them. A group of people, disheveled and frenzied, hovered around a collapsed figure on the floor. The man lay in a crumpled heap, blood congealed around his gnawed flesh, while the group tore at him with rotted teeth, growling as they fed. Their once human features were twisted and grotesquely animated, eyes glazed, their presence an embodiment of nightmares. Riley's throat tightened, and she pressed a hand to her mouth to stifle a scream as she grabbed Jake's arm, dragging him back. "We need to leave, now." But before they could retreat, one of the monstrous figures turned, its gaze locking onto them. It howled in agony, the sound piercing through the suffocating fear that enveloped them. The other figures quickly turned, their insatiable hunger shifting focus. "Run," Jake cried, pulling Riley along as they bolted for the stairs. They stumbled down, barely making it into the open air before ignoring the aches in their limbs and sprinting across the clearing. Behind them, the chaotic footsteps grew louder as the creatures surged forward, fueled by instinct and desperation. Riley and Jake rushed through the trees, adrenaline propelling them. The shouts of their pursuers faded as they finally broke through the edge of the woods, running towards the safety of their neighborhood. Panting with every ounce of fear and exertion, they darted through the streets back to their house. As they reached the familiar site of their yard, Riley dared to look back. Nothing followed them, the street was empty. The sun had just dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows that clawed at the edges of their twilight. Did that really happen? Jake stammered, wide-eyed. No one's going to believe us, Riley replied, staring at their home, now feeling like a fortress against the unknown. But as they stepped inside, the lingering sounds of their bickering voices from the street faded into silence, unfamiliar noises echoing through the shadows of their house. Outside, a soft shuffling began, and in the distance, the hungry cries returned. The cul-de-sac of shadows was alive with more than whispers, and they found that they were not safe at all. In Millfield, the darkness had come to play, and it would not leave until it had quenched its thirst.